record this, I like that idea that if somebody misses it, then they can still get help. So we are working on the producer and consumer assignment. You guys are free to follow along with me if you want. So I'm going to you guys want to, it's totally up to you. I'm going to go team. And is it okay? Yeah, I'm going to share with Mikey his block just because he hasn't been on here with me yet.
Okay.
Thank you, sir. So Mikey, after you click into Teams and you go into block 3, and then go up here at the top, 2 more. There's going to be a huge long list of assignments right here. And then you can click on the little purple part that says load previous, and it'll give you the entire list. So it'll show you the older assignments that are there. And then, so these are ones I've already done with friends. And then we are here on producer and consumer assignment. So you would just scroll until you see producer and consumer. Stop me if I'm going too fast or confusing. And then it's going to look something like this, producer and consumer assignment. And there were no instructions on here, so that is not a great choice by Miss Fife, but that is why we run these drills, right? So when Mikey, are you on producer and consumer? You can just give thumbs up too if you didn't want to unmute. Yair, did you get there? So it was just teams, assignments, producer, and consumer. Okay, I'm going to keep working ahead unless you guys want me to stop. Pause me if you need help. So I'm going to click into the producer and consumer assignment on our PowerPoint. And there weren't directions. Like I said, Ms. Fife, that was a poor choice. I'm going to go edit presentation, and I just do it in the browser. Mikey, were you able to find it? Let me know if you need help. And yes, if you do have a packet, that's perfectly fine.
No, but we're starting class so early. It starts at 12:40.
Yeah, so this isn't our class. This is just extra help with your assignments if you need it. So I invited you because you were missing this assignment, so I wanted to see if you needed help. It is. It's early. For Yair, it's crazy late, and he's working so hard. So if you see, there's 2 different slides on here. Those are just going to be little vocabulary terms for us. Producer is the first one, consumer is the second one. So if you look, I already did a big chunk of it for you. Pro means before or in front of. DUC means to lead, and is someone who. Can you guys put those 3 chunks of meaning together to come up with some type of sentence of what a producer might be? You can unmute your mic if you have an idea that you want to share. So if it were me, I might say someone who maybe leads, or someone who leads before people or leads in front of people. It's up to you. Put those all, it basically all means the same thing. You just got to rearrange it to the way that you like. What do you think a producer is? And you guys already know because we've talked about it in our assignments where we were talking about businesses, and we talked about it in producers are like plants, where we talked about it in science. So in here, you're going to just insert a picture of a producer. So you just go insert here at the top, insert, pictures, drop down, and then you can choose, I just go stock images. That just means generic pictures. And you can literally type the word producer. Oh, didn't come up with anything. Well, I know a producer is someone who does what? Yair, Mikey, either of you know? Someone who Or even if we're talking about the plant, it does something.
It gets energy from the sun.
Perfect. It doesn't just get it, it uses it and makes it. Oh, so you're sharing your screen with me, so you're not going to be able to see what I'm showing. That's all right. So I would just type right here, make. Or if you know somebody who makes something, you might be like, oh, a farmer. They grow their crops. So you just click on it and then insert that picture. But you can choose whichever one you like. And then down here, just write your own example of a producer, like the farmer produces his crops, or however you want. And then what is the opposite of a producer? Do you guys remember? The opposite of somebody who makes the product is the person who buys or uses the product, and that is a consumer. Yeah, consumer. And so you would just type that down here, consumer. Easy peasy, right? So you would have your example sentence, putting the definition together sentence, a picture, consumer. Ooh, I feel like I'm making this too easy for you guys. Okay, I'm just gonna go back so it deletes the stuff I have so you can make it your own. And then on consumer, the exact same thing. Con was with, together, or jointly. Sum was take, and is someone who. So you could say someone who takes things with them or takes things together. It's up to you. Just try to make sense out of that. Come up with your own little sentence. And then you can add a picture. So a consumer is somebody who, hey Maurice, thanks for joining. Somebody who, do you guys remember what it was? They don't make the things, they use or buy or eat the things. So do you guys have an example of a consumer that you like? Maybe you at the toy store? So here I'm going to insert a picture of Mikey at the toy store. Just kidding. Yeah, you're at the toy store. You can just put shopping or eating, anything where you're taking something, you didn't make it, but you're getting it. Shopping, or I can even write the word consume, I think. Consumer. Oh, look, it shows people buying. Oh, here. Buying. Hey, Millie. We're working on the producer and consumer assignment. It isn't our third block class. This is just me helping them out. So you put the meaning together, insert a picture of a consumer, and then write your example. She is a consumer when she buys her own presents. And then an antonym, or the opposite of a consumer, is a what?
Get out.
So the opposite of a consumer is the other one, which was a You guys remember? Millie knows. Mikey knows.
A predator.
Close. Produce.
The person who gets eaten. The person who gets eaten.
So in this case, this was back when it was business, but you're so right, because the consumer eats them in the animal world. But when we're talking about business, the consumer is the person who buys rather than eats. So the opposite of a consumer was a producer. And that's actually true in the animal world as well. So as soon as you answer all those, this one's a short sentence, that's a picture, short sentence, and one word. And that's for both of those. So it should be super short and sweet. It should not take you very long at all. Do you guys have any questions about this? Let's see. So Millie, I know you just joined us. So what I was doing was recording questions and things that we were sharing. So in this chat, you'll be able to watch that video because I know you came a little late, but I do appreciate you coming. Any other questions, Mikey, Yair? I know you guys were here for most of it. Are you guys okay? You're not okay? Do you need